Hey everybody, it's Forrest, and it's great news. Cheryl has finally decided that it's time for me to do a video for you guys. So we want to talk about exercise today. You know, the question is there a perfect form of exercise? Is there the single best form of exercise? Well, I don't know if there's a single best form, but I know that for most of us in this program, there's one piece of exercise equipment. There's a one form of exercise that does more than anything else you can do. It's going to save you money. It's easy, it's compact, and it's called the mini tramp or the rebounder. So here's the benefits to the rebounder. We're going to go through and talk about all of the benefits to the rebounder. Number one, you can see that it's very compact and it fits in a small amount of space. We have people who've bought this who live in fourth wheels. They actually will fold in half. They come with a hinge, they fold in half, and the legs will fold up. I'll show you that in a minute. So it's easy to store, and it's a piece of equipment that you can use forever. The mats can be replaced. The springs can be replaced. The pins can be replaced. So everything about this is something that lets it be a lifetime piece of equipment. NASA, NASA, the space folks, they actually called the rebounder one of the most perfect forms of exercise there is because of what it does to support the lymphatic system, muscle tone, and bone density in the body. And what's that mean, Cheryl?
That's the brain.
Oh, the brain. Cheryl's doing this in the video. I have no idea what she's saying. She's sitting there going like this. I go, okay. Anyway.
And incontinence.
And it's great for incontinence. It exercises everything in the body. So I want to show you a couple things. Cheryl, just pick that up and bring it in real close. So first thing when you're looking at a rebounder, you want to make sure that you're getting a good one. And a good one is going to have what we call a soft bounce mat, which I'll show you in a minute. The legs, like I said, actually pull out and fold up, which is very convenient. And the springs have a barrel shape to them. They're not just a straight springs, but they actually have a barrel shape. And they're attached to the frame with a pin. So the pins and the springs will occasionally break and wear out. You can replace them, but the good news is your frame stays solid and ready to go. So that's just a couple of features of this. And
is that true for all rebounders?
No, now here's the deal, guys. There's a lot of rebounders on the market. You can buy them anywhere from $45. I've seen them up to about $900. Now, I was on one of the $900 ones. They're really nice, but they're not any better than this one. They're just a little quieter, and I'm not sure you really want to spend that much on one. But what I do know is that the cheap ones, bad news for your bones, your body, you can actually hurt yourself on them. So you don't want a cheap rebounder.
How would I know if one's cheap?
You'd call me. They'd call me if they want to find out about a cheap one because they're rigid. And actually, you guys don't know this, but I actually went to a seminar and became a certified reboundologist. So I know all about rebounding. It's amazing how much I know about rebounding that I can share with y'all. The other thing we do for everybody in the Easy program is we order these and have them drop shipped for you. And we just tack on a little bit above cost on them. We make almost no money. So we get them for you basically at cost plus a smidgen because we want you to have a great piece of exercise equipment in your home. And you know, you can still go to the gym, you can run, you can walk, you can lift weights, you can do all of those things. But the rebounder gives you that one kind of like go-to machine, one go-to place that does so much for you. So we have one in the basement that we can use while we're watching TV. And I have one when we're exercising. And I keep one in my office right next to my desk. So that when I need to take a break and get up and move from sitting, I can actually just get up and get on my rebounder and take like a 1 or 2 minute exercise break. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of the rebounder. Now you'll notice the cable swinging all over the place. It's kind of crazy. This is not how they do it on the cable news networks. But as I'm bouncing, what you'll notice is the mat has what I call a soft bounce to it. And the people that come into the home, we actually demonstrate this for them so they can feel it. But when I'm bouncing on this, if you're on a cheap one, it's going to feel hard and it's just not going to feel pleasant. But as I start bouncing on here lightly, it just feels good because it starts moving everything in my body. Now, big benefit to the rebounder. You start slow. We don't exercise through pain. We stop if we get to pain. So we can take somebody that's really old or had accidents or injuries, and we just get them on here. And the first bounce that you're going to do is what we call the soft bounce. So I'm just bouncing softly. I don't even need the weights for this. And so just bouncing like this is amazing what it'll do for your body. So let's talk about the principles of what a rebounder does for our body. At the top of my bounce, I'm technically, if I come off the mat At the top of my bounce, I'm weightless for just a minute, a second, just a nanosecond. I'm actually weightless. Now when I come down, I hit the mat and I have to increase the G-force on my body. Let's say I weigh 200 pounds. When I hit that mat, I actually have to stop the weight of my body coming down. So I might weigh 250 or 275 or 300 pounds. I'm creating resistance at the bottom of the bounce. I'm creating resistance that's impacting, this is the key, every single cell in my body. So whether you're worried about bone density or muscle mass or incontinence, all of those, every single cell in your body is strengthened at the bottom, because when we hit the bottom, we have to, if we don't resist, we're going to flatten, okay? Because we got like 200 plus pounds coming down. So we're going to actually flatten if we don't resist. So a lot of our clients are very concerned about bone density as they're getting older. We have to do resistance, weight-bearing exercise. Well, the nice thing about this is that even when I'm just doing the soft bounce, where my feet aren't even coming off, or I'm just doing the soft bounce, I'm actually doing load-bearing resistance exercise in my entire skeletal system, because it has to resist me coming down. Now I can pick up speed and just start walking in place. So if we've got knee problems, if we've got other health issues, we can just begin to walk in place like this. And again, you're getting all of the benefits of resistance. Weightless resistance, weightless resistance. The other thing that happens that's so cool about this, Cheryl talks about it all the time, the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is that, part of your body that takes out the trash. It takes all the nutrition to the cells and it takes everything back out. The lymphatic system, as you all know, can get clogged, it gets messy, it gets nasty, it turns into cancer, it turns into all sorts of bad things. On the rebounder, what's very cool is we're actually creating a pumping motion for our body. So as I go up and as I come down, I'm actually squeezing and contracting every single one of my lymph vessels. Again, everything is impacted in your body on the rebounder. As opposed to if I have a weight and I'm just doing this, this is doing a nice job of working, a few isolated muscles. If I go running, I'm going to be putting strain on my knees and my joints. But I can get on the rebounder and I start working, even doing the soft bounce, or I call it the health bounce. We're working our lymphatic system. We're stretching and exercising every cell in our body. Now, believe it or not, one of the things I show people to do, if you just are on here doing the light bounce and you put your fingertips right on your abs, you can actually feel them contracting and expanding. So I'm getting an ab workout. It's amazing. You can put ladies are so worried about their face. And if you put your hands here, you can actually feel the muscles in your face getting a workout. Women, it firms breast tissue. It firms up your uterus. It firms up, it helps deal with incontinence. We've had clients with incontinence, and what they'll do is this goes right next to the bathroom. Get it on and start to bounce. Sure enough, you got to go pee. So they jump off and run into the bathroom and come back and get on. And over time, you'll strengthen the bladder and everything associated that's causing the incontinence. Okay, so everything is getting exercised. Everything is going through weightless resistance, weightless resistance, weightless resistance. Does that make sense? Is that good, Cheryl? We're making sense on that? All for one piece of equipment. Now, the other thing that becomes an interesting issue is balance. And I know we have a lot of clients that are having balance concerns, especially past that magic marker. It's funny. I'm talking to friends and they're all saying, I just turned 40, I'm getting so old. And I go, no, 40 is not getting old, 60 is getting old. And then my 70-year-old friends, they'll go, no, 60 is not old, 70 is getting old. So, but balance is an issue for so many people. So what's interesting with the rebounder is wherever I'm bouncing on it, I'm tilting this way, or I'm over on the side and I'm tilting this way, or over here I'm tilting this way, or I'm more balanced here. So when I'm working on the rebounder, I'm actually working balance. Okay, so I can actually bounce around the rebounder in different places, and my legs and knees are being balance sized. Cheryl.
So what about a balance bar?
So for some of you that have balance problems, we actually, for about an extra, I don't know, not very much money, we get a bar that attaches to this. So you can actually hold the bar while you're developing your balance, or you can put it in a corner. And if you put it in the corner, you can just balance with your hands there. So then as your balance is coming along, what you can begin to do is bounce on one foot. Now, this was scary for Cheryl when she started doing this. And so I just would come and hold her hands, or we'd hold the balance bar. But when I start bouncing on one leg, I begin to really work my balance and all of the different angles because I've got to work the rebounder in different places. And so I'll do a lot of one-legged balancing just to work that balance factor. And then as you get better, you can even close your eyes so that you're requiring your body to develop a sense of balance and space. So it's very easy for me to bounce with my eyes closed going slow, but when I start moving around, it changes. So again, developing.
Slowly based on your body.
But here's the key, yes. Cheryl doesn't do that. She doesn't close her eyes because she has a different balance issue than me. So I'll hold her hands and she'll just do it for 30 seconds until she feels her body starting to get a little wiggy, and then we stop. Okay, so the cool thing about the rebounders, I can put somebody on and they can just start bouncing for 2 minutes. I can put an athlete on here and they can get their running in place, so we won't do this too fast because I need to not lose my breath. But you see, as we start doing this, I get more exercise for my abs.
What about the ski one?
I'm not damaging my knees, but I'm still running in place. I can put on my headsets and listen to music. I can watch television. So we've got the health bounce. We've just got running in place. We can kick to the sides, which starts to help develop our side muscles down here. We can kick behind us, starts to develop the glutes and the back of our thighs. We can lean back and kick out to the front, puts a little more stress on the abs. And of course, we can do everybody's favorite, which is going skiing. Now, we don't exercise on the rebounder with heavy weights. I use 3-pound rebounders, 3-pound weights, more than enough for me. So, jogging. 1 pound would be perfect for most of you. 2 pounds would be great. Okay, so jogging in place with my weights, doing some jumping jacks, doing some fist punches, punching up in the air, doing your arm circles, ladies, for your underarms, your joints and your shoulders, forward and back, arm crosses, doing this. You've got endless motions you can do with the weights. Now, when you get this, they actually send you a little book and a DVD. They all want their workout routine. You don't need a workout routine. You just need to get on this. It might be 2 or 3 minutes and build up. I met a lady at a senior center one time. She's about 80 years old. She said, I started rebounding a half hour a day when I was 60. She hasn't missed a day in 20 years. And while all the other people around her are moving slow, she's been doing this for 20 years, right there in her little apartment, just keeping her going, keeping her in the game. So, rebounding, probably the single best. If I had to get rid of all of my exercise equipment, this does more for you than anything else does. It doesn't replace a total gym or the gym, going to the YMCA, swimming, but it gives you something that you can always go back to. It supports your lymphatic system. You're not going to get bored on it because you can listen to music, watch your television, put it right in front of the TV. It's easy, it's portable, it travels, the legs fold up, it folds in half, you can get a carry case for it. It's just a perfect piece of exercise equipment to literally exercise all of your body. I've actually worked up a little bit of a sweat just a few minutes on here, but I'll get on and do 2 or 3 minutes, 4 or 5 times a day. I usually start my morning on this for 10 or 15 minutes. And then sometime in the day, I'll get on there and go for 20 or 30 minutes. And then I can start running really fast if I need to work up a sweat and build that up. So the rebounder, your perfect form of exercise. Call our office if you're in the Easy program because, again, you guys get a price that we can't post on our website. It's just a special pricing point for you guys. Do not go buy a cheap one. You might find a good one at a garage sale, but make sure it's got the barrel springs, make sure it's got the replaceable pins, make sure you have a soft bounce mat. If you're on it, it feels like you're bouncing on canvas, it's jarring you, it will cause more damage than it will good. This is going to support your lymphatic system, your brain, every single piece of tissue in your body, everything. We'll just call it everything. How's that sound, Cheryl? We'll just call it everything. So, rebounder, perfect form of exercise. Love you guys. Thanks for letting me, Cheryl, be part of the Easy program and be in front of the camera. So you guys have a great time with your rebounder and exercising. Talk to you all next time.